New swing arm showed up today. It's in the box, haven't opened it yet. Federal Express just dropped it off. So I'm going to go through an explanation of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and why I ordered the thing. So my Yamaha Warrior had a tweak in it. I thought the frame was bent, so I've driven it like that 12, 15 years, long as I've had the thing. So this year, since I'm working on the kids' four-wheelers to get them up and running, I decided I'm gonna try to find out what the heck is wrong with mine. This is a swing arm out of mine. Looking at the back of the quad, the thing was tilted this way. The left wheel was down further than the right wheel, and when you rode the thing, it wanted to lean the four-wheeler over to the right. So if you were standing in front of it looking at it, you could see it. It was leaning over one way. And the thing ran like a scalded dog, but it was dicey to drive because if you turned right and you went against the twist, everything worked okay. But when you tried to turn left and go with the twist, it wanted to throw you off. So I decided, I didn't know if it was a bent swing arm, if it was a bent frame, or what was going on, so I decided to try to figure it out. And if anybody has been following my videos, you've kind of seen the painful trek of my developing how I'm going to deal with this, even how to measure it. So after going through all of that, I have come up with, I think, a way to measure the swing arm and find out where it was bent. Now this is the process. I took the thing off. The swing arm's on the mill table upside down. You can do this on any kind of a flat surface. It doesn't matter. If you got a granite countertop, that'll work. If you got a table saw or something with a milled Blanchard ground surface on it, that'll work. Anything that you can use that's flat and big enough to put this thing on, you can use. So what I've done, I've taken a 3/8" piece of steel and laid it on top of my mill table. This steel is flat. I've already tested that. I took the swing arm, took the bolt out of it that holds it actually to the quad, and set it on 2 parallel bars here. Now this bolt is at the same place. This right here, that's the sleeve that actually goes through the swing arm. I don't know if the new one is going to have that in it or not. But anyway, I put a clamp. This is just snug down just to hold it to where this point and this point are snugged up against those parallel bars. Come up to the rear end of the swing arm. This is a 12mm ground piece of stainless steel. The hole that goes through the swing arm, that the bolt that holds the axle carrier to, is also 12mm. So if I level these 2 points in the front, that's going to put it level with the frame of the bike. This right here will set the angle of the axle in the back, carried by the axle carrier. So this is these are 2 fixed points. These are 2 parallel bars as well. Now these things are ground to, hundredths of a thousandths of an inch. So they're equal. So I put the thing here, held on to these parallel bars, stand these 2 parallel bars up underneath the shaft, and then if there's any gap underneath there, I'll use a feeler gauge to find out what that gap is. Now, the smallest feeler gauge in this group right here is 1.5 thousandths. That's it right there, 0.0015. It will not go under either side. When I first brought this thing down here and set it up and measured it, one side to this side was 3/16 of an inch twisted off one side. It would come to touch the parallel bar on one side, but I had to use a caliper on the other side to measure the distance and the gap, and it was 3/16 of an inch. So that's a pretty good twist. So what I did is I put a clamp here and a clamp here, which is this guy and this guy, pulled this thing down and held it tight against that. I took this right here and put it on the side that was high. Put this on the side that was low, and put this clamp on the side that was high. And crank that thing down to where it went past being level. The metal has memory on it. When you push it, it goes to a certain point, then it'll spring back to a certain point. It won't go back to where it was unless it springs still, but it'll go back some amount. So I kept cranking on this thing and cranking on it. I even put a torch on it and heated it. And I eventually got this thing to where it is absolutely perfectly level with this down here. So this, and I didn't know that this frame would bend like that. I mean, this thing is pretty freaking beefy. It's got bracing and all stuff all over the place on it. And I was surprised that I was able to tweak this thing and pull it back in. But I had ordered this other swing arm before I'd figured out that I could do that. So I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to take this out of the frame. I'm going to open up the box on camera, put the other swing arm on this frame, set it up and measure it, and see how good it is. Okay, let's go get the box. I'll try to get this one-handed. This comes from Power Sports Nation. Boy, they sent this thing fast too. I mean, I ordered this thing, it was either Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. This is Saturday and it's here. These guys are awesome. Let's turn this over. Okay. Box cutter. Come on. There we go. These guys are fast. They cleaned it up pretty well. Looks like it's still got the bearing caps on it, on the pivot. Let's put this down and see if the bolt that's in mine will go through it. It might. Okay, we'll get this sleeve off. This one goes with mine. And let's just see. Looks like it's going through. It did go through. It's even got the chain guide on it. That's awesome. Okay. So this way is how it's got to go. I'm going to put this phone down because the other two are on and then put this thing on. Okay, I got it through there. So the next thing to do, I'm going to shut this phone camera off again and set this up on the parallel bars and then measure them. Okay, this is the one I just ordered, just came in today. This is just snug down, so it's hitting the parallel bar here. It's hitting the parallel bar there. These two parallel bars are standing up. And there's a little, this one right here is just a smidge looser than this one. Let's get our, if I can get these things open. Again, where's the 1.5 thousandths? There's 1.5 thousandths. He won't go under there. So this frame is really good too. I've got two good swing arms. I was able to get this thing, it had a little burr in it right there where somebody had knocked the old bolt out of it and hit it right on the edge. So, awesome. I've got two good swing arms. So, and this one's got the caps and the sleeve. Probably needs bearings replaced. I've got brand new bearings. But I'm gonna inspect these two real carefully. This one looks better. Make sure they're both the same. Yeah, they got all the stuff on them. I do have all new bearings and things. I've got new axle carrier to put in the back. But this one and this one are both perfect. This is awesome. So I'll probably put one of these up for sale. I may go ahead and replace the bearings and strip it down and paint it. But, or I just may keep it as a pair just in case. You never know what you might run into. Literally. Okay, next step is to put them in the quad and make sure that the axle carrier and everything in the axle unit is straight. That'll happen tomorrow, or no, actually Monday, because it's somehow we got winter weather. Some of you clowns up north sent this rainy, crappy, cold weather down here for us here in North Alabama. So we appreciate that. Anyway, we'll be back to summertime on Monday. It'll be 70, 72 degrees, so that'll be perfect for working in the other garage.